Hey everybody, it's Pasha here, and I thought I would tell you about what I'm doing, because my life is forever changing and I'm forever doing weird things like sardine challenges and fasting challenges and all this stuff. Well, as you can see by the title, I'm doing the Lion Diet or the Elimination Diet. Now this is not medical information, it's just my story, and it's how my diet has been progressing throughout all the years. So why the Lion Diet? Like, why would I do this to myself? Well, I was really looking forward to 2024. It was going to be an amazing year. I was feeling better, I guess, for most part, and I thought, you know what, this year I'm really going to kick it into gear. I got this, I can do this. Well, the year started off, I ended up with a massive bladder infection that went 0 to 100 in like no time flat. And that knocked me for a loop, because I don't remember the last time that happened. And then after that, like, my back was kicking in, and it just kept kicking in, and my shoulder gives me head pain, and it was just driving me crazy. And then I broke a tooth, and then I went to the dentist, and he was like working on it. He goes, "Oh, we're gonna do a root canal right now." And I'm like, no. It's like, no, I don't want a root canal. And he's like, okay. He says, "I'll see if I can fix it, and you can go away, and if something happens, you can come back, and we can do a root canal then." I'm like, got it. So then I wasn't barely eating on this side, and just very carefully eating, and it was just a nightmare. And then bang, broke the tooth. Everything started bleeding again. So went in and ready for a root canal, and he's like, right in the middle of it, he's like, "No, we have to pull it now." Okay. The end of that worry, because I really didn't want a root canal, but did not expect to get my tooth pulled that day. And so then from there, then my mouth was all sore. You can't, do all these things. You can't chew, you can't. So then, yeah, carnivore meat. Yeah, so I kind of went towards the pudding, or like carnivore pudding, or like ice cream, the soft stuff, like soft cheese kind of thing. And then my depression got worse, and I didn't even know I was really depressed. I'm just like, I hate life. That's the end of it. I just, whatever. And yeah, it was depression. I was actually reading back on some of my journal entries, and it's like, wow, I was really depressed and I didn't see it. And with the depression, I ended up having panic attacks. And then with the panic attacks, and the thing is I was like about, I would say 85 to 95% carnivore. But I was doing dairy and eggs. But I was totally, I'd stick quite a few days, and then I'd have maybe a Saturday or a Friday night or something. I would have a few extra treats that are not carnivore, but probably more paleo than carnivore. And, and then I'd go back and forth, and it was really messing me up, and I didn't know how bad it was messing me up. So, I've been doing carnivore since 2018, and I knew before I started carnivore that my allergies, 2 of my allergies, are eggs and dairy. But that didn't really seem to matter. It's like, you really should pay attention to what your allergies are, and yeah, well, I don't feel anything, so why should I do without it? But yeah, so I learned my lesson on that. I'm going to go back for a second or two, and just, if you don't know my story, this will just be a really quick update. I was gluten-free in 2010. I did really well, and then started to get sick. And then I went to paleo, and I love paleo. Like, if I could be paleo, I'd be paleo. I love paleo. But paleo doesn't agree with me. In 2016, I went to keto. And it was like, okay, like, I can do this. This isn't bad. And then all of a sudden you have to do your macros, and your macrobes, or you have to count your carbs and your all this stuff. And That's not really for me. I'm not a like finicky, strict person. If I want something to eat, I just want to like make it and eat it, and I don't have to worry about if I'm going over here or going over there and stuff. So I hung with that for a couple of years. And I had this friend, she's like, you got to go carnivore. It'll make you feel better. Yeah. No, I'm not going meat. No, that's crazy. Well, okay. 2018, I went carnivore. So then that was the end of that question. And then we did, Chance and I did 100-day carnivore challenge videos. So it was 100 videos in a day, in 100 days. And it was tough. It was hard. We were new at doing videos. So you know what, guys? If you want to complain about Chance, just move on. Because we were new to doing the videos and we were both tired. And it was tough. So just move on and like just ignore him if that'll make you feel better. But because I do agree, sometimes he does get a bit annoying, but whatever, like just leave it. I don't have to have you tell me that he's annoying, okay? And that was also, don't forget, that was also in I think it was 2021. So I mean, that was years ago. If you watch our videos now, things have totally changed now. My weight from there, from that challenge, would go up and down. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later, but my clothes got tighter, and even when I was sticking carnivore, because I was having the dairy, the eggs, yeah, you know, I'm allergic to the eggs, yeah, I'm allergic to dairy, but, you know, I can't eat, you know, that coffee in the morning with that heavy cream. Oy. It's like, oh, I want that coffee. Like, it's not that it gives me energy or anything, because I guess some people it wakes them up or whatever. It doesn't do that for me. It's just a very enjoyable moment that I have, like a peaceful moment in my life where I can just have my coffee and just enjoy it. And yeah, well, I'm off coffee too. So that same friend is like, you know, I'm on lion diet. I'm like, what do you mean lion diet? She goes, well, I'm just eating meat and water. I'm like, you're crazy. Like she was on it for 2 weeks or something. So we kind of talked a little bit, and I'm like, nah, not doing that. Not doing that. Nope. I don't want to do that. I'll stick stricter to carnivore. Like, I'll take out a little bit more of my dairy, and I'll watch what I'm doing. I'll be fine. Well, then I had a massive, I don't know what happened. If it was a panic attack, or if it was just my blood pressure skyrocketed, or I don't know, but that Saturday night was a nightmare. It was probably one of the worst nights that I've had in my life since my being bedridden. And it scared me. It scared me really, really bad. And we did a lot of praying and did a lot of asking, Father, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't have a heart attack. I can't have a stroke. I mean, I've got mom and dad to help. Like, you know, I can't do this. Like, this cannot happen. And all of a sudden, the next day, it's like, you know what? I'm going lion. I'm going on the lion diet. I know it helps. I know it fixes things. And with Jehovah's help, with prayers and meditation, and I got through that. I had another one later on, but it wasn't as severe. And yeah, I know what I have to do, and I have to straighten my life out, straighten my brain out. And the only way I can do that is by eliminating the stuff that I know for a fact is causing my problems. I don't care if I like it or not. It really doesn't matter. My body doesn't like it. And so that's where this whole lion diet thing came in. So as in July 7th of this year, here we go. I'm starting the lion diet. I still find this hilarious because it's like, wow, I did not see that happening. I could not have checked that one off my bingo list, that's for sure. I'm going to start with the negatives. So the negatives of it is I had about 2.5 weeks, maybe a little bit more. I was exhausted. And that kind of surprised me because I figured, well, going from carnivore to this, it shouldn't be that bad. Like I shouldn't have that big of a reaction. And I did. So whenever I was tired and I had a chance looking after Mom, I went and I laid down. And I rested. So I was doing a lot of resting. And that seemed to help, but I'd still go to bed early. I was tired, just tired. And I'm thinking, I want my energy back. I miss having my energy, just feeling good. And then the one day I was sitting at my computer and I turned around and I looked at Chance. I said, you know what? I haven't had this feeling for a long time. He goes, what? I'm happy. I just feel happy. It's weird. And I mean, you should have seen him smile. He was thrilled. And it kind of blew my mind. And I've had that feeling a few times now. And it's just like, I'm just happy. And I was at a point I didn't know. Like I didn't know that I was so depressed. So it's so nice to kind of get over that. But being so tired and just trying to get through, like, I guess the first month is what I'm through now, because today I'm starting month 2. So just getting through that first month was a bit tougher than I really expected. And the diarrhea, I got that again. Got that when I started carnivore, and whenever I buckled down and did well in carnivore, it would come for a few days and I'd be gone. Well, it's still kind of iffy. I have to watch my fat intake, but it's nothing that I'm concerned about at all, actually. And I dropped my coffee, and it's more, for me, it's more of a mental thing than it is a physical thing. It doesn't give me any physical side effects. Like I said, the adrenaline or the energy or anything like, it doesn't do anything like that to me. It's just like sitting down with my drawing and having a cup of coffee is my happy place. And now when we go out, I sit down with a cup of hot water or cold water, and it's not the same. Like you don't get the same reaction out of that water that you do out of a coffee. But hey, I'm going to stay off of it for 90 days. We'll see what happens after that. And the other thing was, like, I'm going to restrict my food even more. Like, I kept saying, you know, even from gluten-free on, like, I'd say to Jehovah, how much more can you restrict my food? Yeah, he just keeps showing me how much more I can have a food restriction and I'll be okay. And probably better for it. So that's the way I have to look at it. I have to look at it as positive. And the thing is, I like beef anyways, and every so often I'll just kind of throw a couple of chicken wings in there that are deep fried or whatever. But I like my beef, so I mean, that makes it easy. Okay, now the positives. Now this blew me away. It didn't even take, I don't know, 2 weeks or something. But my hands were so dry. Like, I didn't even like, Chance was always taking pictures of me drawing with my hands and stuff. I hated it because my hands were so dry. I'd put like hand lotion on and it would soak in. And the other day I went and I haven't put lotion on for a long time. Put some lotion on and I looked down and my hands were like, it wasn't soaking in. Like, my hands were dry. They didn't need it. And I thought, wow, that is really interesting. Because I've been fighting with that for a long time, and I'm kind of thinking that's a dairy thing. I was at an appointment with my parents, and I was sitting in one of the chairs, and I just kind of sat there and leaned back and lifted up my leg, and I can't cross my legs, but I can put my left ankle on my right knee. And I was sitting there, and all of a sudden it's like, what am I doing? Like, I haven't done this forever. I haven't been able to. It's like, score. 1 for me. Yay! I was so happy. And then I got called in and I put my foot down. It wasn't dead. It wasn't asleep. It didn't hurt. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is like really cool. This is a side effect I never saw coming. And then this one blows me out of the water. Okay, so don't forget, like this is just within my first weeks to a month of being meat in water. I was at a market and I have not been able to crouch. My knees are buggered up, my back is bad, my hip is bad. I just have not been able to. I'm just a mess, okay, let's just say it that way. And I was talking to this lady and she dropped her paintings and I thought, oh shoot, bent down, I crouched down. Like I didn't bend over, I crouched down. And all of a sudden I got this horrible feeling, what did I just do? Like now I'm down here, how am I gonna get up? I have never, in I don't know how many years, been able to get up if I ever did that. I sort of remember the last time I did that and it was a struggle. I had to hang on to all kinds of stuff to get up. And I straightened out her pictures and I stood up and I sat there and I went, wow, like what just happened? Like if this is what less than a month will do for me, what is 2 months going to do? What is 3 months going to do? This is going to be a really interesting experiment on myself. And then, let's see, where am I? Oh, and then my energy started coming back. And I'm still, like right now I'm really tired because we kind of had a late night and early morning, but for the most part my energy is back. And it's kind of cool. I know it's going to come back better, but right now I'm happy that I've got the energy that I have. I'm sleeping way better. Like I can go to bed early and I can go to sleep, no problem, and I'm good to go. And I sleep pretty good through the night too. It's not that I'm awake and indigestion and all that stuff, because yeah, I was getting that too. But panic attacks are a lot better. Kind of had a mild one the other day, but it was mild and it was like, okay, why am I having anxiety over this? Like, why is this bothering me? And I was able to think through it, calm down, and just move on. So that is getting into control, and I hate panic attacks. I hate them. And then I've gone from 2 meals, like I eat 2 meals and maybe a snack around 4 or 5, but I wouldn't really eat after 6, so it's something like that. But I always had to have my breakfast. Like my breakfast was carnivore, so it was like steak or whatever, and then I would have a smaller meal, and then if I was hungry around 4 or 5, then I'd have something else. Yeah, that didn't. But the thing is, people always said, "Oh, well, just do 1 meal, like, and don't snack and don't do this." I couldn't. Like, I couldn't understand why I couldn't get that 1 meal thing in. That just didn't work for me, and it didn't make sense that it didn't work for me, because I saw so many people doing this. Like, oh, yeah, eat 1 meal when you're hungry. Okay, but when I wake up, I'm really hungry. And then around like, so we need around 10. And then, okay, probably around 2 or 4 or something, I'm hungry again. And then I'd eat again. And then around, 6 or so, well, I want something to snack on or whatever, or have a coffee. And it just all didn't work. It just didn't work for me. So I was struggling like crazy to do the 1 day, like the 1 meal a day thing. And then going on Lions, I'm like, I am not limiting myself. If I want to eat, I don't care what time it is, I'm going to have some meat or water, whatever. And so I started doing that, and it was like, huh, okay. So I started eating later and later, and all of a sudden, before I even knew it, I was eating 1 meal. And that's what I'm doing now. I eat 1 meal. And I'm confused. I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat. I'm not craving. Like, this is all benefits from the Lion diet that I never got on carnivore. And it is because of the dairy in the eggs. I am allergic to the egg yolk and the egg white, in case you're wondering, so I can't have either of them. And I shouldn't be anyways. I did a fast video where my first food after I think it was a 10-day fast or something, was egg, and I was so excited, and I took it in, and you can see it on my face. It's like, this is good, and I'm thinking, ugh. And after I ate that, I got sick. And it was like, I mean, I cannot eat fried egg, but I figured, I don't know what I was thinking, actually. I just figured it would work. I don't know. But, yeah, so that didn't work. Let's see here. I can control my emotions a lot more. I can think through things better. And do I still drop words? Yeah, I still drop words every so often and try to come up with that one word or something. I'm not thinking that is a big deal, and I will not think that is a big deal, because I will not get dementia. I will not be dealing with that in my personal body, in my personal life. That is not going to happen. I find people are like, but it's so expensive just to eat lion, just to eat meat. No, it actually isn't. I mean, we've got our own beef, so I mean, that is one thing. But I eat, and actually the funny thing is today, I put a scale down, put my plate on there, because I figured I was eating about a pound and a half, maybe 2 pounds. I weighed out my food, and I'm like, oh, that's not even like a pound, like, oh, that's not too, well, okay, that's all I'm going to put on there, because that's a lot of meat. And I was done. You know, like, I was done. And so it's between a pound and, I'll say between a pound and 2 pounds a day. I eat once. I have no coffee. I don't have to pay for that. I have water. So I don't have to buy antacid tablets anymore, because I've got acid reflux, or I don't have to buy, you know, all this hand lotion for my hands and stuff, because my hands aren't dry anymore. You know, it's just funny, like, the desire and the cravings are gone. Now, I don't know if part of that is because of the health scare, that I just don't want any. Like, I'm not going to crave it, I'm not going to want it. I don't know if part of that is because of that, or if it's just because of the way I'm eating, but we'll see in time, right? And, okay, so another bonus, another positive of being on Lion is I lost inches. And I knew I was losing inches. Like, it was really weird. I would be sitting there, and I'm like, I need something to wear. And I'd be digging through my closet, and I put on something that I haven't worn for a long time. It's like, hold on, that fits. And then you grab a pair of pants. It's like, well, these aren't going to fit. Put them on. It's like, oh, they fit, and they're comfortable. That's kind of cool. And, you know, the funny thing is just before I started this, I was really discouraged. I had one pair of pants I was able to wear when I went out and stuff. And if I'm on the farm, you just kind of wear whatever. But when you go out in the public, I had like one, maybe 2 pairs I could wear out in public. And I bought myself a couple of brand new pairs of pants. Thankfully, I was blessed with 2 pairs of pants costing me $34. Like, I didn't know prices could be so cheap right now. I was so happy. And now I'm even happier because they're too big. It's too funny. Like, I love them. They're so cool, but they're too big now. But I'll take it. That's fine. Like, I needed that. And I'm okay with it. Like, it was only $34, so it's not like I spent hundreds of dollars in pants or anything, but so I mean, that's how that's been going. I've lost inches already, and that's kind of cool. I have lost weight, and for 1 month of being on Lion, I've lost 12 pounds, and that kind of blows my mind, like, because my weight has been up and down, up and down, up and down. We did that 100-day video. I lost 8 or 9 pounds in that 100 days. And I was so embarrassed because I only lost 8 or 9 pounds. I didn't really get that the dairy and the eggs were messing with me so bad. We stuck dead on to carnivore. And I did not understand at that point. You grow, you learn, and then you continue on, right? So I found it really interesting. So in the 100 days, I lost 9 pounds. And in this month of doing Lion, I lost 12 pounds and countless inches, like on different places. 60 days after we did a review on how we were doing, it didn't go well. And if you've seen the video, we had a lot put on us at that time, with my mom's dementia and with everything falling apart. So stress and falling off of the carnivore and struggling and stuff. I had gained 16 pounds when I had only lost 9 before. So things kind of went the other way. And since 2001, they have been kind of going, but my highest weight was 326 pounds. I've never come close to it again. I've never gone over 300 pounds. I have come close, within 5-10 pounds of 300, but I have not let myself go that far. And I'm still not, like, I'm not close to it either, like now. And I'm even farther away from it now than I was a month ago. And the thing is from 21, my weight would gain some and I would lose it. And then I'd get fluid retention, and then I'd lose some. And then I'd fast and I'd lose some, and I'd do good for a couple of weeks or a month, and then the fluid retention would come back again. I'd gain more weight and I'd gain more puffiness around here. And I knew, but to know and to do are two different things, right? So better cut this short because it's probably already really long. Found quitting dairy to be harder than quitting gluten. And I thought quitting gluten was going to be hard. And quitting dairy has been so much harder because I have tried many times, but never to the fact of, okay, let's eliminate everything. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm excited to see how things are going. I'm more fervent with my electrolytes, with my magnesium. I'm a lot more sensitive. Make sure I'm taking it. My dizziness has gotten better. Like, I would lay down and I'd be dizzy, and or do something, I'd be dizzy. So for the fun of it, a couple of days ago, I thought I'd spin around a couple of times. And in the past, that was never a good idea. It was never a good idea because somebody had to be there. Like, Chance would usually stop me from going punk. And I spun around and I'm like, okay, I'm not dizzy. My brain isn't like spinning still. That was a new one. That's like another weird new thing for me. And so that's like really, really cool. And so I'm making sure that, you know, I'm salting my food. I'm making sure my magnesium, actually I'm taking it twice a day to make sure that I get that. I'm still getting cramps, but I'm probably still passing a lot of fluid. And I'm probably still in that stage of, you know, eliminating waste and stuff that my body doesn't want. So no problem, I'll deal with the cramps. And some of them are from my back, because some of them, when I get a cramp, if I adjust and I move, it goes away and it's done. And that's my back. Otherwise, it's magnesium or sodium or whatever. Let's see. Okay, so if you want to see what I eat every day, I put up 6 days a week. I'll put up on X, my platform on X, Twitter. It's Allergies Bite. I put up my food, and I put up Chance's food as well. Chance is always the first food that I put up, and then mine is right beside it. Mine's the second one. Or on Facebook on Let Carnivore Challenge You or Allergies Bite But Taste Good. Those are the other two places. I put up my food every day. And there's a few other things that I've changed that I've started doing that I should have done. I toyed around with them a little bit before, but because I'm eating 1 meal a day, so I'm fasting, water fasting for the rest of the time. I'm taking cold showers again, and actually I really enjoy it. I start off a little bit warmer and then I go cold, and as cold as I can take it. And that seems to be helping me like revitalize every morning. I'm also doing something I haven't done in many years, is I'm walking barefoot, or when I'm working on the gardens and stuff, I will do it barefoot and have my feet on the ground, in the grass, in the soil. And our beds are raised beds, so I don't have to bend. But yeah, it's really kind of neat. And there's just different little things that I'm working with to heal my body. And meditation and prayer are at the top of the list before any of this stuff. But it works. And it's working for me, and I'm excited. I can't wait to see what next month is going to bring. At the end of 90 days, I am honestly considering having a coffee and seeing if it bothers me. Seeing if I get jittery, seeing if I get anxious, seeing if I get irritated, or just seeing if I just enjoy it like I did before. And then I'll add my coffee back if I can. Other than that, we're just going to see how my body likes this, how it takes it, how it accepts it, and move on from there. So, yeah, so that's what I'm up to now. It's difficult because I still have to do the cooking videos for gluten-free and the cooking videos for carnivore. The carnivore ones are easier and harder in a way. They're easier because it's carnivore, but they're harder because there's always like some cheese or some egg or something in them, so I can't eat them anyway. But it's like, oh man, I could eat that and I'd be fine. But I wouldn't be fine because my body doesn't like it. And the gluten-free, I do gluten-free. Everybody is in a journey. Everybody is got their own journey, and like you heard, mine started in 2010. And everybody's moving at their own pace. And if they don't move at their own pace, they'll just go back. So they have to do their own pace and how they find to heal their bodies. I don't judge anybody, and I use things that I know, carnivore doesn't like, but it's not for carnivore. It's for Allergies Bite. It's for people with allergies. So, we can do this. We can do this together, and we got this. Like, I am excited. So I will come back on the 7th of, what is this, August, September? On the 7th of September, and let you know how I'm doing. Until then, don't forget to, join us for our carnivore videos if you're carnivore, or gluten-free videos if you're gluten-free, because we got some cool things still coming up. I got a lot of recipes that have been done for quite a while. Because I just keep feeding my family, so there we go. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me.